I decided to spend the quiet afternoon cleaning the house. The sunlight streamed lazily through the curtains, casting soft patterns on the wooden floors. Everything seemed ordinary, almost peaceful. But that peace shattered the moment I stepped into my husband's study. I was dusting the shelves when something caught my eye, a small, almost imperceptible gap at the bottom of his antique desk. Curiosity gnawed at me. Kneeling down, I pushed against the panel and discovered a hidden drawer. My heart skipped a beat. How had I never noticed this before? My fingers trembled as I slid it open, bracing myself for whatever might be inside. Inside were letters, neatly stacked, and photographs tucked between them. At first, I thought they were old love notes from when we were dating. But as I looked closer, my stomach twisted into knots. The handwriting wasn't mine. The dates were recent. And the photos, they showed him with another woman. Close, intimate, laughing in ways that should have been reserved for me. I sank onto the chair, staring at the evidence. Shock. Confusion. My mind scrambled to make sense of it. How could he? Had it all been a lie? Had I been blind for so long? Anger surged through me, raw and consuming. I felt betrayed in the deepest, most personal way imaginable. I flipped through a letter, my hands shaking. The words were tender, intimate, full of affection I had assumed was only for me. My heart ached with each line. He had written to her, poured out feelings I thought were mine alone. I couldn't breathe. Each sentence felt like a knife cutting through the life I believed we shared. Memories flooded back. Our first date, our wedding day, the nights we stayed up laughing until our sides ached. Every touch, every smile, suddenly seemed tainted. How had I missed the signs? The late nights, the vague excuses, the way he would smile at his phone. I had trusted him blindly, and now that trust felt like a cruel joke. I examined the photos more carefully. There were snapshots of dinners, weekend trips, even quiet mornings in bed. She wasn't just someone from the past, she was part of his present. My hands tightened around the letters. My mind screamed at me to confront him, to demand answers, but a terrified voice whispered, "What if I can't handle the truth?" I felt a mix of anger and heartbreak that left me frozen. I wanted to scream, to rip the letters from the drawer and throw them across the room. But instead, I sat in stunned silence, trying to process the betrayal. Every fiber of my being ached. I was a mixture of fury, sadness, and disbelief. I remembered the subtle things I had dismissed over the past months, the sudden late nights at work, the secretive phone calls, the distracted smiles. They weren't accidents. They were clues. And I had ignored them, thinking I was overreacting. A cold realization settled in. My life, as I knew it, had changed. There was no going back to the way things were. The letters and photos were proof of a secret world he had been living right under my nose. I felt dizzy, as if the room itself was spinning around me. And then I heard the front door click. My heart leaped into my throat. He was home. Footsteps approached, casual, unaware of the storm waiting for him in his study. My hands shook as I shoved the drawer closed, the letters and photos hidden once more. I tried to steady my breathing, tried to plan what I would say. Confront him now? Wait and gather more proof? My chest ached with indecision. And then I noticed something that made my blood run cold. A faint glow from the corner of the room, his phone, face up on the desk, lighting up with a new message. The screen glowed in the dim afternoon light. My worst fears screamed at me. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. Whatever was happening between him and her was ongoing, and now I had undeniable proof. The thought made my stomach churn. I took a shaky breath and stood, my legs trembling beneath me. He was about to step into the room, smiling and humming, completely unaware that the truth I held in my hands could destroy everything. My mind raced. How would I confront him? What would I say? Could I even face him without breaking down? The door creaked open, and he stepped inside, smiling warmly. I could see the casual confidence in his stride, the same ease he always had. But I couldn't move. I was caught between fear, rage, and heartbreak. the letters and photos heavy in my mind. And then, the phone lit up again. Another message. Another reminder that nothing was as it seemed. I realized with a sinking heart that the confrontation I had dreaded was inevitable, but the outcome was uncertain. My life, our life, had changed forever, and the truth hiding in that locked drawer had just shattered the world I thought I knew. I clenched my fists, trying to steel myself. One step, one word, one question at a time. But as he approached, smiling and unaware, I realized the moment of reckoning had finally arrived.